You ever been to a hockey game where there's like in intermissions where there's like a peewee teams that come out and like they play and they play like a mini game or whatever? That's how this game felt. What the fuck was the first period? Who's this team in the second and third? And let's go, we win in the fucking overtime. Penguins win 5-4 in overtime to the Washington Capitals. Again, another overtime win. This game, God, it felt like a playoff game. My heart just raced up and down throughout the entirety of this game. Penguins played like shit in the first period. Before we get to that, let's do lines, as always. Give me a second. Okay. Why the fuck is Kapanen not on the first line? I get this is his first game back. First game back for Kapanen. First game as a Penguin, technically, with the team. Rodrigues tonight looked awful. He, again, is the new Dominic Simone of this team. There was a play in the third period, which we'll get to later, where the Capitals were tired. They iced the puck like 2-3 times. And he just threw it on net for a simple save. Read the room, dude. Smith got the start again. That's kind of interesting overall. The fucking assist he had. We'll get to that later. And then Kapanen's in. Again, this first period, I almost turned off the game. I mean, I'd never have done that for a Penguins game, but in terms of turn off, I mean, I just like throw it on the background and go do something else. This was an awful first period. The Penguins, again, one of the worst periods of hockey I've ever seen. You need to have better starts. The Penguins, first off, the Penguins got the win tonight. If they play like this for the regular season, the rest of the regular season, they're not going to go anywhere. You cannot play like you did tonight and get lucky with a 5-on-3. Get lucky with the Teddy Blueger shorthanded goal there. The Penguins have given up 8 first-period goals already this season. That was the most in the league entering tonight, and it's still the most in the league. Penguins need to start fast. 8 minutes into the fucking game was the first shot for the Penguins. Lars Eller, who's a very underrated player in my opinion, gets his first. The D pinches. No real back check from the Penguins there. 1-0. Kasperi Kapanen was probably the only Pittsburgh Penguins player that played in the first period in terms of actually did shit. He drove the play, and Sceviour and Blueger crashed into the net and kind of just picked up the loose, the table scraps there. Sceviour gets his second. This goal again was short-lived as Tom Wilson, the one I made that whole meme video about, gets 2 goals in about a span of like 2 to 3 minutes there. And one of the goals was only 8 seconds after this Sceviour goal. And DeSmith cannot let that in. It was one of those goals that was high shot. It rolled over. And this is when I'm like, all right, I am thinking about writing that article about the 7 stages of grief for the Penguins. The Penguins aren't going to make the playoffs this year. Sullivan needs to be fired. Trade Gino. Trade Letang. And then the second period. What the hell? Oh, my Lord. You need, and it didn't even just start right when the second period started. You need a big goal to start the second. What do the Penguins do? They give up a 3-on-0. Not a 3-on-1. Not a 2-on-1. A 3-on-0. O meaning nobody was back on the entire play. I forget who was on the ice. I think it was Pettersson Marino who pinched. Hagelin, one of their defensemen, and Dowd. Thankfully, DeSmith bailed us out there, and we were able to get back in time. But if they were to score on that play, the game's over. The Capitals right now, we're in what? It's 3-1 Capitals right now. Penguins, lucky as all hell, get a 5-on-3. And really, that's just, the game just completely turns around after this. Guentzel and the Penguins capitalized on a 5-on-3. And really, do the Penguins even deserve to get this? I don't know, but momentum's starting to go their way. Except it isn't, because Evgeny Kuznetsov, right after, another short-lived goal, an easy tap-in goal off the pads. And then I'm back to the feelings I had just, 3-4 minutes ago. All right. To add salt to the wound, we take 2 penalties, and it's a 5-on-3 against us. And here's where I'm like, all right, this game's over. But then, the Hail Mary, Casey DeSmith, the goaltender, Wilkes-Barre player last year, AHL goalie, former ECHL goalie, played against Vitek Vranek, whoever the hell was in net for the Capitals tonight. Hail Mary pass to Teddy Blueger from Riga, Latvia, short-handed 5-on-3 goal with an assist to the goalie. fancy razzle-dazzle move. The Penguins are back in this game. It's 4-3. What the hell? And then TJ Oshie, thank you, takes a shitty, dumb penalty on Marcus Pettersson, upends him, and then Evgeny Malkin gets on the board. It's 4-4 Penguins. The game's tied up, and we head to the third period. Excuse me. What the hell? One of the craziest periods of hockey I've seen in a long time. Not only because COVID, I haven't watched hockey in a long time, Penguins hockey in a long time, that is, but just wow. I've never seen a shorthanded 5-on-3 goal in my entire life. Now, third period, no goals, but a lot of notable things. The Penguins, and this is going to suck. This is a great win and all that, but they have some lingering issues given the fact that they had a short bench. Riikola and Pettersson did not return for the rest of the entire game. No idea what happened with Riikola. Pettersson obviously upended on the Wilson hit, and then Brandon Tanev was out for a couple shifts. After he blocked an Ovechkin shot, he was back, though. He's Brandon Tanev. Now, things are starting to get chippy. It's Pittsburgh. It's Washington, just overall. The first line, and this is what I was talking about earlier about Evan Rodrigues, they have a chance to score here. We're late. There's like roughly 2 minutes left to go. What's his face? Vanacek is getting pressured a lot. The Capitals iced the puck, I think, twice. Tom Wilson's out there for like 3 minutes, all right? Capitals are tired. I think Chara was out there too, so they got an older defenseman there. Penguins change up the lines. They win a faceoff. They keep it in the zone. What does Evan Rodrigues do? He shoots the puck in the most wimpy way possible for an easy glove save by Capitals goalie man. And then that's it. He kills the play. Read the room, dude. And even Bob Airy, Matt Geico with a great tweet on this. If you get dissed by Bob Airy, you know you're doing something wrong. Anyways, we go to overtime. And Sidney Crosby, man. Jay Guentzel with a nice pass to himself. Letang with the assist on it. Letang had 2 assists tonight. Good to see him finally getting on the scoreboard some more. Malkin with a goal. And Sidney Crosby, third goal of the season. Penguins win. Just flew out of my seat when when Crosby scored this goal. Was it a deserved win? Hell no. Will we take it? Hell yeah. If we play like we did in that second period, especially with the fucking Teddy Blueger 5-on-3 shorthanded goal assisted by a goalie, this game, Penguins Capitals, it never fails. It really doesn't. Other notes that I had, shut up about Chara being on the Capitals. Who gives a shit anymore? Like, especially, it's less AT&T Sportsnet and more NBC on the other game. Well, Zdeno Chara is a Capital now. Did you know Zdeno Chara is a Capital now at 6 foot, whatever he is, and it's ridiculous. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Let's move on to Twitter.
Before we get into PFR questions, I want to bring up the fact that Jack Johnson is trending on Twitter. Rangers fans sound off at defenseman Jack Johnson's performance in the team's 4-3 loss to the Devils. Is the highlight on this on Twitter. It's absolutely hilarious. And given the fact that we play the Rangers coming up next on Thursday, it's amazing. Does Pierre-Olivier Joseph make his debut if Pettersson is out for a while, or is it Cody Big for nothing CC? Why not both? I mean, Riikola got hurt in this game too. So while Riikola probably wasn't a top 6 defenseman for the Penguins for the majority of time, sadly, even though he definitely should be, I think, we obviously have CC there, who wasn't awful in his first game. Give him another chance. He only had 1 game. Matheson will be out for a while. If Pettersson is out for a while, then yeah, I think Joseph will finally make his debut, given the fact that he is on the taxi squad. Where do you think Riikola was, and why is the mop closet the highest probability? He probably got lost, I don't know. Riikola seems like a goofy guy. No, in all seriousness, there's probably an injury that we don't know about. Riikola's not a huge name player. Just overall, so really the media wouldn't be focused on him. Like if Crosby was hurt in this situation, we would know by now what's going on with him. I think Riikola's probably hurt. There wasn't a trade or anything that I know about, so I can't really think of anything else. Thoughts on Cappy's game? I thought he had an impact. Just shocked that he stayed on, the 4th line, and got to go to Jarry Friday, right? Well, with the pass that DeSmith had, Penguins goal of the year, might be highlight goal of the year. I would go back to Jarry though Friday. I'm still shocked that Jarry's never played the Capitals in his career though. Cappy's game was phenomenal tonight. He set up the first goal overall, and apparently in the press conference he just said that he just wants to be appreciated, and he's going to get that chance in Pittsburgh. He'll be a top 6 forward. Hopefully. I really do not understand why he was not in the top 6. He was for a couple shifts there with Guentzel and Crosby. Sullivan is absolutely insane if he keeps Rodrigues there for the next game. I honestly think you can even make a case for Rodrigues to go from first line to healthy scratch. Put Kapanen in there and throw Lafferty back on the fourth line.
All right, so that is it for this one. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, sub for sub space. If I get 100 subs, I'm going to do that Jordan Staal trade tree that I've been talking about. 5-4 overtime win for the Penguins tonight. Just a crazy game overall. Crazy second period. If you turned the game off in the first period, like I almost did, you really missed out on this one. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you guys for the Rangers next, I believe.